Greetings folks, welcome to another video. Today's an exciting one for me because I get to speak to you about some new kit that I recently bought to take my creative journey to another level. Now as you know, so far I've been shooting all of my videos on the iPhone 11 Pro. I'm shooting on it right now and I've been blown away by the video quality and the photos I've been getting from it. It's a great way to start, but if I'm to be very honest with you, I've always wanted to invest in a top quality camera to really pursue my photography and videography passions. So I knew I had to get something that would shoot great video and take great photos in equal measure, and that would be what they call a hybrid shooter. I wanted to get a mirrorless camera, something from the top brands, something I could afford, something within a reasonable budget, and I began searching and doing some research to look for the best shooter I could find. I spent months doing research on different cameras within my budget and I decided to go for the Canon M50. Now the Canon M50 is a mirrorless camera, a hybrid shooter made by Canon, brilliant for shooting video. It shoots 4K, it's got great autofocus, a rich feature set, it shoots great stills, but shooting stills wasn't its strength. The video was stronger, stills not as strong, and to be honest with you, shooting stills was quite important to me. So I decided to wait a little longer for the seasonal sales at the time to see if anything else may come up. And one day I get a phone call from a very good friend of mine who's a professional photographer. He knew I was looking for a camera and he offered me his Sony A7iii. Now the Sony A7iii is a fantastic camera and he was offering it to me at a great price. Obviously second hand, he was bundling in some lenses and some accessories, and he basically put down an offer that I just couldn't refuse. And I knew that if I turned it down, I would regret it. So I decided to stretch my budget a little bit and take him up on his offer. And here it is, guys. I'm now the proud owner of a Sony A7 III mirrorless camera. Now, let me tell you, even though this thing came out in 2018, it is still considered one of the best hybrid shooters in the game even today. It's just a perfect balance for not being too intimidating for the beginner, but more than capable for the professional. It's just a great all-round camera. Now this has a 24 megapixel full frame sensor with 5-axis image stabilization, great autofocus with facial tracking. It can shoot in 4K, has dual memory card slots, a large all-day battery, a 3-inch LCD screen, and attached to it I have a Tamron FE 28-75mm f2.8 lens. And just to give you guys an idea of how good the photos are, here are some of the first pictures I've taken with it, and I'm barely scratching the surface with the potential of this camera. Now what you're seeing is being filmed in the Sony A7iii itself. You should be able to see a little bit of change in quality, a little bit more sharpness on my face. You should be able to see a little bit of blur behind me, what they call the bokeh effect. The facial tracking should be sharp and the autofocus should be pretty sharp too. So, if you guys are looking for some great photo and video quality, I would still recommend using your smartphones. The latest Android and Apple phones have amazing cameras and can produce some outstanding results considering their phones primarily. However, if you do want to take your game to the next level, then I would recommend buying yourself a mirrorless camera. There's many different options and many different budgets, but I would still recommend the Canon M50 as a great place to start. I would obviously highly recommend the Sony A7iii, and if you've got the extra budget, you could also go for the later versions of these cameras. Don't forget, these are older cameras. You should be able to get yourself a good offer or deal on the second-hand market like I did. But as I said, if you've got the budget, go for the later versions. There's the Canon M50 Mark II and there's the Sony A7S III, which are outstanding cameras. So I'm really hoping to shift gears in this channel now, guys. I'm really excited about this kit that I have now, and I can see the potential with all the content that I've got planned, and I hope you guys can see it too. So if you haven't subscribed already, please do. I'd appreciate it. And also, have you ever considered buying yourself a mirrorless camera? Have you ever considered buying the Sony A7iii? Maybe you've considered buying a Canon M50. Either way, I'd love to hear from you. Drop a little comment on the comment section below. Maybe you have an A7iii and you've got some tips for me. Maybe you know some cool accessories that I could buy for it. Either way, I'd love to hear from you. Drop a little comment in the comment section below and it'd be great to chat. Anyway, thank you for your time today, guys. I can't wait to make my next video and show you what I can do with this camera. And until then, take care. Peace.